Hey guys, everybody's back. Well, and again, the West Central Missouri advisory page is still having problems connecting. Not sure exactly what is going on with that. I'm just taking a moment right now, guys. We're having a kind of an issue on one of our Facebook pages of getting the live stream set up on the advisory page. I've never had that issue before. So what I will do So I guess I'm just gonna have to. I'll have to figure out what is going on with the Subbies West Central Missouri advisory page. Not sure exactly what's going on with that, so I can figure that out later. Here in Clinton, we are 71.8 degrees with a 60.2 dew point, with plenty of juice for thunderstorms. I'll put a link to our group. Let everybody know we are live again. All right. All right. So we'll have to figure that one back at a later time. So we're going to do a brief recap, and then I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to go ahead and take a break and grab me something to eat, stretch my leg. But that storm that was producing some hail, it is coming through Pettis County right now. Could see some pea-sized hail, some torrential rain for a short amount of time. But, for Sedalia, Smithton, Otterville, Sedalia Airport, Lamont, Hughesville. Again, this is a strong storm, but it is non-severe. It is not producing any large hail or strong winds right now. So what we are kind of in a waiting game for is going to be this line of storms down here. This is going to be actually all pushing to the northeast into west central Missouri. There is a potential we could be placed under a watch from the Storm Prediction Center. That's what you see, this little circle right here, is they're kind of doing some analyzing, trying to see if the potential is there to see any strong straight line winds or severe weather in west central Missouri. So we'll be watching that very closely. Likely time frame probably here around 3 to 4 a.m. by the time it makes its way up here into west central Missouri. So we've got a while before this cluster of storms makes its way up into west central Missouri. I am going to stay live mainly because of the weather radios are not working. They haven't worked all day. I want to make sure everybody in western Missouri has an opportunity to hear the warnings, to hear the watches, to stay weather aware of the potential to see more thunderstorms tonight or this morning here around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So what I'm going to do right now, we just got done with the live stream about 3.5 hours. I do need to stand up, stretch my legs, grab something to eat, grab something to drink. I'm going to leave radar up here. If you notice right down on the bottom, there is a ticker. Right now, no warnings, watches, or advisories for west central Missouri right now. If we get one, it will show up right there, okay? And it's updated every about 30 seconds. So if we do get under a watch, it will show up right there in red. And of course, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to sleep. I'm just going to sit there and take a little break for right now. We have a little bit of time before this next system come up. I am going to go ahead and turn my camera off. I am going to play a little bit of easy listening music. You guys can leave it up on your TV, take a little nap if you want to. And then, of course, I will be breaking in as soon as this line of storms get a little closer to west central Missouri. Oh, thanks, Brian. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the kind words, brother. Hi, Elizabeth. So, anyway, if you guys don't mind, you guys grab something to drink, grab you a snack. I got plenty of snacks. And again, I'm just going to take a little break. And, of course, if anything comes up, guys, I'm going to be right here. And then of course I'll jump right on. But again, we probably have a good 2.5 hours, I'm guessing, ballpark, before we start to see these storms come into west central Missouri. I am watching these storms up here in eastern Kansas. They are moving kind of northeast. They might clip Cass County up into Kansas City. Right now, nothing severe down there. So I'll be watching that as well in the background. So give me just a few and I'll take a break and then I'll be right back with you guys. Hey everybody. Hopefully everybody is doing okay. So got my belly full, got my coffee, got my goldfish, and I'm like a new man. So let's take a little look here at radar. We do have some rain and thunder showers moving into Kansas City Metro, down through Lee Summit, down along State Line, down getting ready to come into Cass County. And then we do have a line of storms that is coming in down to the south. It's going to be affecting Neosho, Joplin, Pittsburgh, Kansas, Fort Scott, Kansas. And that's a part of the line that looks and is packing the biggest punch right now. Now, don't forget there is a severe thunderstorm warning out that is out for parts of west central Missouri, including Vernon, St. Clair, and Benton counties. Now, Bates, Cass, Henry, Johnson, and Pettis County, we are not included in that watch. However, they did make a statement that need to be watching this line for any Boeing segments, kind of what we had talked about here been a couple hours ago, for that possibility for some strong straight line winds up to 75 miles per hour. So that is what we are going to be watching for as this line continues to make its way into west central Missouri. So that's where we are at right now. And again, nothing severe up here in KC Metro, Overland Park, Wyandotte County, Lee Summit. These are all behaving themselves as far as the the intensity of the thunderstorm. But you got to keep in mind it's cooler up here. Let's take a look at the temperatures. So you can definitely tell where that front is positioned. 54 in Harrisonville, 70 degrees here in Clinton. A little bit cooler than that right now. That hadn't been updated. I'm at 68.6 degrees here in Clinton at the weather, my weather station. The big factor is the winds. The winds now in Clinton are coming out of the north-northwest. So that wind shift line has moved off to the east of Clinton now. So I'd say down in this area, let's see here, down, what are they, 65 Springfield, Branson. So this section of the line right down here that's going to be moving into southwest Missouri is really going to be the one that is going to likely produce the severe weather down here in more juicier air, and that cold front, that wind shift line, it has not gone through this area down here, so that might help intensify some of these thunderstorms as they move across. So I think that's the reason why we're not seeing anything severe. Very robust. It's going to be noisy. A lot of lightning with these thunderstorms from Kansas City all the way down to Joplin. It's going to be very loud, but the severe weather looks like it's going to stay down in southwest Missouri, maybe get as far north as Nevada, Osceola, and maybe Warsaw, but we'll have to see what this line does once it crosses over the state line. So we still have quite a few people in the live stream. I'm sure we will have several once lightning and thunder starts erupting. Everybody will wake up and come running to the computer. Just kind of going through some of these. And of course, down here in the bottom right hand corner, you are taking a look at one of our webcams looking off to the south from Clinton, Missouri, from downtown Clinton Square. Let's see if we have a good camera angle, maybe from Dayton. Let's take a look at our Skycam. It's in Bates, kind of right at the Bates-Cass County line, looking off to the west. So it's going to be looking, let's see here, Dayton is... They're Dayton. That's right there. Let me take that off of there. Dayton is right here. It's right at the county line. And it's actually going to be looking at these storms right in here. Big difference. Ottawa, 46 degrees. 68 degrees here in Clinton. So big difference in temperatures. There's a nice little lightning strike you saw on camera there. And it's about 2:05 in the morning. We still have about 55 people or so in the streams right now. We still do not have... We still do not have Subby's West Central Missouri advisory page up and running. Not sure exactly why that live stream is not taking hold on that. That's something that after tonight I'm gonna have to get that up and going again. Some could just be a little bug, but right now the Subby's West Central Missouri advisory page is not being able to connect to the live stream, so we'll have to check that out and find out why that is. we'll try to get that done before Tuesday, Wednesday. Next Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be our next chance to see severe weather here in west central Missouri. And so definitely something you'll probably want to put onto the calendar. We have a slight risk for next Tuesday, Wednesday for west central Missouri. And according to the LRC, our next, to me, I really think our severe weather season is really going to start right at the middle of the month. 14th, 15th through the 18th of April is where I think we're really going to start our severe weather uptick here in west central Missouri. Instead of being on the far north, far south side of things, I think this is going to be the start of our active period here in west central Missouri. And keep in mind, this is not a large storm. This is not a large low pressure system that's creating all of this. It's the time of year, the conditions were just right. It was a medium-sized storm system coming through, but it is providing a spark for severe thunderstorms tonight and again tomorrow, especially down here in the southeast. That's that they have a good potential to see an outbreak of severe weather as well as tornadoes down here in the Boot Hill of Missouri, parts of Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky. This is going to be a very active spot tomorrow afternoon. But for us right now, the biggest threat with any of these storms are going to be strong straight line winds and maybe the possibility of seeing some hail. But I think most of these storms down here to the south right now that's moving across the state line, primary is going to be strong straight line winds, 60 miles per hour or greater. Notice the hail is under severe limits. It's under 1 inch. So that's where, it is kind of bowing out just a little bit. You can kind of see right here, you see how that kind of bows? So this air behind it is forcing it out in front of this line of storms, creating some very strong straight line winds right out here in front of this line of storms. So that's likely going to be the biggest issue with any of these storms that come across the state line into Carthage, Joplin, maybe Nevada, Springfield, Bolivar, and possibly even up a little bit further north toward Nevada and Osceola, Lowry City, Warsaw eventually. But I think the biggest threat right now is going to be down here just south of west central Missouri, what we call home here around our neck of the woods. Hi, Amanda. Oh, absolutely. I just had to, my coffee was cold, so I had to rebrew another pot of coffee. And went outside, sit out on the front porch a little bit, soaked up some beautiful night air outside on the front porch, and beautiful outside right now here in Henry County. We didn't get a drop of rain from those last storms, but yeah, so kind of refreshed a little bit. So again, any of these showers and thunder showers up here from Smithville, Kansas City Metro, Lee Summit, Belton, kind of coming into Cass County here, all the way down to just west of Fort Scott. None of these are severe. They're just your garden variety thunderstorms. They're likely going to be loud. We have, I don't know, we have about a little over 50 people here in the live stream right now, but I guarantee you once this gets a little closer and the lightning and the thunder is going to wake up a lot of people, we're going to see a big influx of people coming back here to the live stream. Yeah. I bet the dog didn't want to come in. I didn't want to come back in. So nice out. But, man, take a look at those temperature changes. I mean, Harrisonville, 52 degrees, and Clinton's almost 70. Wow. Almost a 20-degree difference just in a matter of, 30 miles? 35 miles? Crazy. Hey, Warsaw's still here. Hi, Sally. And again, I'm not overly impressed with the threat for any more severe weather here in west central Missouri. I think majority of it is going to stay down in southwest Missouri. We do have a lot of thunderstorms in and around our area that's going to be moving through. It's going to be loud. So I'm still going to hang out with everybody. We'll let this kind of get through us where we know that severe weather is not going to be a threat for our area, especially since weather radios are still down. We have no idea when they're going to be back. So definitely something to be keeping a close eye on as we go into next week, because our next chance for severe weather comes in Tuesday, Wednesday here in west central Missouri. Excuse me, had to sneeze. So next Tuesday, Wednesday is when our next chance for severe weather is going to be for here in west central Missouri. I don't know. The GFS might get us there. Let's see what the GFS shows. See if we can go out that far. So GFS is showing about 4 a.m. having a cluster of thunderstorms over west central Missouri here in about another 2 hours. Now, of course, this is the extended model, not very accurate, about 30% accuracy rate going out more than 3 or 4 days on the GFS, but it gives us a kind of an idea of what we can expect. So let's see here. That's going to be on the 1st and 2nd. So right up here is the timestamp. So let's go to the 1st and into the 2nd and see what it's showing. So well, the GFS is not really all that impressive. Not showing a whole lot here in west central Missouri, but man, does it show a line of storms over here on the 2nd. Boot Hill of Missouri all the way up through Indiana and Ohio. Kind of where the bullseye of the severe weather is going to be tomorrow as well. And there's that's on the 4th. Looks like probably some strong storms the GFS is showing. That's going to be, what, Thursday? That's on Friday. Next Friday. So let's take a look at no, the Euro's not going to have that actually. So the Storm Prediction Center already has a day 4 and 5 severe outlook for our area for next week. So Definitely something we want to keep an eye on. For next Tuesday, Wednesday, here in west central Missouri. So taking a look at this line of storms, it is severe warned. This is down Baxter Springs, Columbus, Kansas. It's going to be moving over toward the Joplin, Carthage, Webb City area, and likely into close to Lamar, Pittsburgh, Kansas. And so it may skirt maybe southern Vernon County, southern St. Clair County, maybe. We'll have to see where it goes. But again, this is where we're going to see the threat of that bow echo, I believe. Because we can definitely see it right here. You guys can see that bow. You got winds pushing into this and creating very strong winds out ahead of this line of thunderstorms that's bowing out. So, I can definitely see the possibility of having strong straight line winds here. And that's what each one of these severe thunderstorm warnings are for, is for strong straight line winds. So no hail to speak of, just small hail. But some of the data was suggesting that this bow echo was going to be a little bit further north. So that's why I'm kind of thinking most of the severe weather is likely going to stay just to our south. But so a new severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued. 70-mile-per-hour winds or greater, with a considerable damage threat assessment on it. So again, that's because of this bow out segment that's creating some very strong winds. So this is going to include Joplin, Carthage, Lamar, Pittsburgh, Kansas, Girard, where we just was talking about. It's going to include you in this. So if you have friends or family, or if you live down in this area, you need to be prepared for some very strong winds. Hopefully you're already prepared. You got the lawn furniture up on the porch. You got everything laid down. You can expect some pretty strong winds coming through here in about the next 15-20 minutes. Do you know what the winds are for this storm? Well, 70 mile an hour or greater with this bow echo. I don't think it's going to make its way up here closer to west central Missouri. This is going to likely continue to bow out and run this way with it. So Springfield, Branson, Nixa, Republic, Aurora, you guys are going to be likely be under this same severe thunderstorm warning for very strong straight line winds, probably here within the hour. For those of us that live up a little bit further north here in west central Missouri, we're going to be watching these storms right here. There's a potential that this segment could start to bow out and then push into west central Missouri. If that happens, then we could be looking at Bates, Henry, into Benton County could be under the gun. But right now, the most impressive part of this line is definitely on the southern flank of this line of thunderstorms. And that's going from Pittsburgh, Kansas, all the way down to Bella Vista, Bentonville, Arkansas, Springdale, Fayetteville, Arkansas. So this segment right here has some very strong winds associated with it. I don't think so, Bryce. This has been, whenever you talk about severe thunderstorms, you always have that potential. Now, instead of supercells that they were having down here in Oklahoma, now we're more of a line of storms. Okay, and that is called the linear style thunderstorms. Now, occasionally, when you get a line of storms, you could have a brief spin up tornado. It's called a quasi linear tornado. They're very short lived, they're fairly weak, 90, maybe 100-mile-an-hour winds. They don't last very long. Sometimes you can see them on the north and south bookends of a bow echo. So that would put my pen on here. That would put this area and this area kind of under the gun for the possibility of that happening. But for the most part, these bow echoes, the main threat is going to be right along the leading edge. And strong straight line winds, almost as strong, 70 to 80 miles per hour. And that can cause some considerable wind damage. But the tornado threat, very, very low right now. We're kind of getting out of that nocturnal low-level jet. Things are just not very productive for tornadoes right now. But you know, you don't want to let your guard down if you're in this area, because of those 70, 80 mile an hour winds. They can do just as much damage as a small quasi-linear tornado. So, but the threat, very, very small, Bryce. Yeah, that second line is noisy. It's going to be loud. And I know what do we got? Yeah, we still got about 50 people in our streams, but I have a feeling once these storms get a little closer into Bates County and Vernon County, St. Clair County, I think we're going to see a big influx of people jumping into rooms trying to figure out what the heck is going on, because it sounds mean. Of course, today's snack is brought to you by Pepper Rich Farms Goldfish. One of my favorite snacks. Let me bring, that was something I was going to show. We got just a minute here. I was going to show you guys the day 4. Day 4 is already out by the Storm Prediction Center, showing a 15% area for severe storms. And then this area of severe storms is going to slide south over our area. And then the following day, get the rest of west central Missouri in that 15%. And they already have an enhanced risk for severe thunderstorms, possibility of tornadoes on day 5 in this exact same area. Southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas, parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, Indiana. The last 4 storm systems, this has been kind of the bullseye. These guys don't need any more severe weather down in that area. So that's set up again for next Tuesday, Wednesday. Hey, Derek. Nope, you didn't miss anything. We got our, we do have our second line of storms. Right now, it's looking more like this area right here is where that bow echo that we had talked about earlier, it's set up about 60 miles further south than kind of what we were thinking with some of the data. We kind of figured that bow echo was going to be more like this. and encompassing more of west central Missouri. But I think the greatest risk is going to be right down here from about Pittsburgh, Kansas, down into northwest Arkansas. This line of storms is actually kind of moving northeast, so it could clip parts of Vernon County, St. Clair County, and Benton County as it continues that east-northeast approach. So that's what we are watching right now. You can definitely see the temperature contrast, 52 in Harrisville, 68 in Clinton. So that front is sitting right about in here. So we're going to be watching this line as it goes through areas down around Joplin, Carthage, Pittsburgh, Kansas. We'll go ahead and call it Neosho, even though they're not currently under a warning. But likely some strong wind down in Neosho, Bella Vista, El Spring, Prairie Grove in Arkansas. So the winds, and again, Davis, I just mentioned that, the potential 70 up to 80 mile per hour winds possible with this line of storms as it continues east-northeast. The next warning that will come out will likely encompass parts of Vernon County, down around El Dorado Springs, Stockton, and maybe southern St. Clair County. You guys will likely be under the gun with this next warning that will be coming out. I don't see this really losing its punch any here over the next 15-20 minutes. Take a look at base velocity winds on this. So yeah, we've got some 60, right at 60 mile an hour winds that radar is picking up at the surface just west of Carl Junction. 67 just northwest of Joplin. So there are some very strong winds, and of course they're going to be set up right here, right along this leading edge of this little line right here. That's where the most intense winds are right now. And moving up that direction. So let's go ahead and put a timestamp on that. That's going to put it, let's see here. Minden Mine 243. Jasper 246, Liberal 251, Carthage 251, Lamar 254, Golden City at 302. I'm trying to find some larger towns here. El Dorado Springs at 332, Kaplinger Mills 338. Taborville 344, Roscoe 349, Collins 354, Osceola 4 a.m., Larry City 405, Hermitage 414, and Urbana there on 65 Highway 420. To kind of give you guys just a little bit of an idea of a timeline. When to expect this line of storms that's producing 70 mile per hour winds heading up into that direction. And I wouldn't be surprised if this little segment of the line doesn't fill in. We notice we got these showers and thunderstorms behind this line. That rain-cooled air is coming out right here and is forcing this area here to bow out. And that's where you start to see your strong straight line winds out ahead of it. I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of fills in and begins to bow out a little bit more and start to affect Mount Vernon, Monette, Aurora, Springfield here within the next hour or so. So be watching that real closely as well. Jump back up here a little bit further north. And again, we've got some garden variety thunderstorms. They're going to be very loud, lots of lightning up here, Grain Valley, Lee Summit, Belton, and then over onto the Kansas side, Osawatomie, Paola, Garnett, Mound City. These will all be tracking across the state line onto the Missouri side. They're going to be loud, but right now, nothing severe with any of these northern storms. Well, we're starting to pick up a few more. Looks like we're up to about 70 people in the live stream. And again, we do not have Sub-East West Central Missouri advisory page up. For whatever reason, it's having some kind of bug in that system. It's not accepting a live feed tonight. So I apologize if you normally watch that on Sub-East advisory page. That's another reason, when we preach about have multiple ways to be able to receive warnings and watches. Well, we found out firsthand, of course, today, no weather radios. So how do we get warnings and watches? You have to have multiple ways, and that's one of the reasons why I have multiple streams that I want to be live on in case one goes down. So tonight, we're live on 6 different platforms. And one of them is down tonight, and that's our West Central Missouri advisory page on Facebook. I don't know if Facebook problem or if it's the streaming software, but anyway, our other streams are working fine on Twitch, YouTube, our other Facebook page through 95.3 KDKD. All of them are working just fine. So if you're normally watching that, I apologize for it not being able to stream on that channel tonight. Take a look at St. Louis National Weather Service here. About a 70-mile-an-hour wind down around Carthage area. So we do have nickel-sized hail reported by a deputy down 171 Main Street on Airport Drive down here near Joplin. Looks like we have a 50-mile-an-hour wind gust in Jasper. That was about 5 minutes ago. So 50-mile-per-hour wind speed in Joplin. We have nickel-sized hail down by Airport Road in Joplin. So again, if you guys are just joining us, we are watching the secondary line of storms that we've talked about with the possibility of moving into the area. We had a bow echo possible that we were watching for with some strong straight line winds. That has set up, but it looks like about 50 miles to our south. So it looked like that bow echo has set up from about Fort Scott all the way down to Fort Smith, Arkansas. We were kind of, the data was suggesting it could be a little bit further north, about like that, and then push across west central Missouri. But it looks like majority of this wind should stay isolated to the southern half of Vernon, St. Clair, and Benton counties, with that potential of 70 to 80 mile per hour winds. Hi, Janie. What's it looking like for Ballard? We're going to get some rain and thunderstorms. I'm really not expecting too much of the way of severe weather for Bates or Henry County. It's going to be loud. It's going to sound like it's a big thunderstorm because there's a lot of lightning associated with it. But I think the threat for any severe winds is going to be isolated to just south of Henry and Bates counties, almost right where they set up this severe thunderstorm watch at. So they did a good job knowing where those highest winds were going to be coming across. But so 56 mile per hour nickel size hail in Joplin, reported by Doug Hetty. He's a meteorologist over at KOAM out of Joplin. Another avid follower, as well as one of the co-authors of the LRC and Weather 2020. I've had conversations with Doug, great guy. If you watch the Joplin tornado documentary on Netflix, he was the meteorologist that they interviewed. He was actually on call that night through that Joplin tornado. So, good guy. I follow him on YouTube as well. So Joplin Airport observation just recorded a peak wind gust of 79 miles per hour. So that's our top wind speed right now. That was in Joplin at the airport. That was a peak gust of 79 miles per hour. So that was that's a big jump. That damaging winds there, 79 miles per hour. And that was at the Joplin Airport observation tower. So that wasn't a home weather station. That was actually an official wind gust. Hi, Elijah. You know, Independence, it's probably sounding pretty noisy up there right now. But just garden variety thunderstorms right now, big guy. I'm not expecting any severe weather for Independence. So they are talking about 60, 65 mile per hour wind reports coming in again from Joplin. Big time lightning show down there in Joplin right now. That area is under a severe thunderstorm warning for the potential of those strong straight line winds. So we do have the Dayton Skycam up here up in the lower right hand corner, and that's situated about right here where my cursor is, and it's looking off to the west at this line of storms that's getting ready to cross the state line into Missouri. So Still quite a bit of lightning associated with it. You can see that on the sky cam as well. We do have blown transformers in Joplin Airport. So they have first responders heading out to that area right now in Joplin. So keep in mind, in case you just tune in, I know we've gotten a little bit of an influx of people into the live streams. Our next chance for severe weather here in West Central Missouri to stay weather aware for is going to be next Tuesday, Wednesday. We do have a chance to see some strong thunderstorms in and around West Central Missouri, and again on Friday, April 4th. We also have another chance to see severe weather. So, these are going to be relatively small events for us. But I really think that our severe weather is really going to have that big uptick. And I think we're really going to start getting into the meat of severe storm season right around the middle of the month. Right around the 14th, 15th, 16th through the 18th. Is going to be a very active time for West Central Missouri, according to the LRC. And then the end of the month into the first week of May, and then the second week of May, then the fourth week of May, and we really start ramping up on our severe chances here in West Central Missouri. It seemed like we've been on the northern extent or southern extent. It's been around us. Southeast Missouri has gotten the brunt of it. And that threat is going to be shifted over a little bit further west starting about the middle of April. So hopefully they can get the weather radios back working again and figure out what the heck is going on. And we can kind of get back into our regular game plan again. Webb City, we had 64 mile an hour gusts. There's a 70 mile an hour right there, what we just talked about. So there was a reported at Joplin Regional Airport of 79 miles per hour. That's damaging wind, guys. They're likely going to see probably some power outages down around in the Joplin area. So, very strong winds associated with this little bow echo right in that area. It's getting ready. If you live in Lamar, Golden City, Lockwood, you guys are under the gun for these strong winds as well heading up your direction. And then we will likely see a new warning come out that's probably going to look something like this is probably going to be the next warning. It's going to encompass about half of Vernon County, the southern half, maybe parts of St. Clair County, Stockton Lake, El Dorado Springs, Greenfield, Lockwood. I say you guys are going to be under the next warning that comes out, especially since we've already seen 60, 70 mile per hour winds that was caused by this little bow echo that we have down there. Hi, Reed. So you guys down there at Rogers Reed, it's not so much of a tornado threat right now. This has transitioned to more of a bow echo, strong straight line wind event. It pretty much looks like that the threat for those strong straight line winds is now east of Rogers. So there's Rogers. Let me zoom in just a little bit. There's Rogers, and the leading edge of those strong winds is out here. Beaver Shores, River Cliff Estates, Walnut Hill, down to Beaver Lake. That's where those strong winds are at. You're still getting a heck of a thunderstorm right now, likely. Maybe even some small hail. But the really not a tornado threat for you guys with this line. It's done transition into a bow echo and is now east of your area. So Larry City, Devin, we're still watching. You were in the live stream earlier tonight. We were concerned about a possible bow echo. What some of the data was showing. We do have a bow echo about 60 miles further south than kind of maybe what the data was suggesting. However, we have this Boeing segment right here that is producing 70 mile per hour winds. They had a report, Joplin Airport, just about 20 minutes ago, 79 miles per hour. That's damaging winds. You got to think about power outages and blown transformers and that sort of thing. It is moving to the northeast, so there is a chance that Larry City, Osceola, Nevada, you guys could get clipped with this if it continues on the same trajectory and the same strength. So that will likely be here within the next 45 minutes or so, Devin. Hey, you bet, Reed. Anytime. Anytime. And I don't care if I'm covering storms up in Kansas City. If you jump on my stream, you want to know what's going on down there, all you gotta do is holler, man. I try to accommodate everybody that has a question. That's what we're here for, to get as much information out to as many people that wants to hear it. So glad to have you part of the stream. Let's take a look at these winds here real quick. So we're still showing potential close to severe level. 58 miles per hour is what it takes for a storm to be severe. There's 58.16. That's awfully dang close. So we are still looking at possibility of some severe wind, but looks like that threat might have diminished just a little bit. We'll see what the next few minutes, see if they will issue another warning out ahead of this. It looks a little bit less organized now. You know, when you get that real smooth bowing segment, that's when you know you got some really strong winds out ahead of it. And now it's looking a little bit more broken up. So kind of lost a little bit of that bowing effect. So not quite as noticeable as what it was earlier. No problem, Devin. Okay, so we are going to see a new severe thunderstorm warning for Berry and Stone County in Missouri. They're drawing it up right now. So that's gonna be this right down here. So a new severe thunderstorm warning is likely going to come up right there. There it is, right there. That's going to be for the potential of seeing 60-mile-per-hour winds. And that's going to include Cassville, Reed Springs, Branson West, Kimberling City, Monette, just south of Aurora. I do have some family down in Aurora. You're close enough to that severe thunderstorm warning polygon. You can probably expect at least 50, maybe even up to 60-mile-per-hour winds right out ahead of this line of storms right here. So, kind of show you the difference. You see how smooth this line is? It's not real broken up. It's pretty smooth. Now, you take a look at this up here. You notice it doesn't quite have that smooth contour. It's kind of broken up. So the winds are likely falling just below severe limits on this northern bow echo. And going pretty strong down here, heading down into... extending all the way down to Fayetteville, Springdale, Eureka Springs. So this is kind of taking over as the lead bow echo right now. Kind of show you what direction everything is moving. We'll kind of see what this little segment does. See if it's going to include any of Vernon County or St. Clair County. Up further north again, garden variety thunderstorms up here. Quite a bit of lightning. Moderate rainfall. But most of this area up here, KC Metro, Green Valley, Lee Summit, Belton, Pleasant Hill, most of this area up here is going to be, you're going to be behind the front. So it's a lot cooler, about 20 degrees cooler than what it is here in Clinton. So your severe threat has really gone down to about nothing right now. So if you're up in those areas, you can rest easy and get some shut-eye for the next few hours before you have to wake up. Also notice on our live stream or our Skycam, a little bit less lightning going on. So some of these thunderstorms are kind of going into that little bit cooler air, and they're kind of losing a little bit of their punch. You can kind of see that on radar as well. But down here ahead of the front, these storms are still packing quite a punch down here. Look like it's right over Lamar. Hi, Chris. Centerview. So again, I think your severe weather is over for Centerview for tonight. There are going to be some garden variety thunder showers that's going to be going on there in Centerview. But I think the severe threat is probably pretty much gone. We take a look at the temperatures a little bit ago, and you can definitely tell that we've got 54 in Warrensburg, and 64 Osage Beach. What is that? 65 down in Branson. So 50 degrees in Harrisonville. So really, from Centerview, Warrensburg, Harrisonville, 42 degrees in Burlington, Kansas. If you're at that line or west of it or north of it, the severe threat pretty much gone for you guys. But this area down here, parts of Henry, Bates, Nevada, that's Vernon County, St. Clair, Benton, we're still just a little bit warmer, a little bit juicier, and these storms still have a little bit of time left to kind of produce some strong straight line winds. But you ought to be in good shape for tonight, Chris. 52 light rain in Garden City. Thanks, Austin. And I'll say it again, I really don't expect much of the way of any more severe weather here in west central Missouri. I'm going to continue to stay live with you guys as this cluster of thunderstorms moves in. If, once this cluster of thunderstorms moves into west central Missouri, we know they're not going to be severe. Just some good growing rains. Farmers are going to love to see that. Most of them were out spraying. I don't know how many sprayers I passed going from Sedalia to Clinton this afternoon. There was sprayers everywhere today. They're wanting to get that fertilizer down before the rain, and so we should get some good healthy rains, maybe a half inch of rain throughout west central Missouri. Let's get that fertilizer down into the soil. And I think our severe threat is probably pretty much done for west central Missouri for tonight. But we're going to keep an eye on it for a little while.
St. Joseph, expiration 26 on the 1570 of 22. Go ahead.
Oh, long day today. Long day. We was up at, you guys get a chance to take a look at our group page. Myself and Nader Boys were up in Sedalia at the Missouri State Fairgrounds for their home and garden show. We gave a nice presentation on weather safety. Got a chance to talk to a lot of them about the weather radios being down. Had a good conversation. Got to meet one-on-one with several members of Subby's Weather Talk I've never met before, so that was definitely welcome. So that was a good time today we had. Gave away some Subby swag. We gave away some weather radios. We had a big game of paper, rock, scissors. Anybody's been to one of my seminars, you guys know I love to have fun. So, yeah, we had a big contest. Paper, rock, scissors. So winner got a free weather radio. So lots of reports of strong wind down around Webb City, Joplin area. 60 to 79 miles per hour wind speeds were recorded down around Webb City, Joplin, Carthage area. So they're likely doing some cleanup down there, maybe some power outages down around the Joplin area. Take a look at wind speeds here again real quick for this northern. Most of the winds right here, well, they went ahead and did it. So I was pretty close on my box that I drew out. I was pretty close, but we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to include eastern Vernon County and southern St. Clair County. here in west central Missouri. So that's going to include Roscoe, El Dorado Springs, Stockton Lake, as well as Sheldon, let's see here, Harwood, and Vernon County. And again, this is going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And I will tell you guys, this is the first one that I've seen. We do have a tornado possible tag on this. So, right now, we really need to take that seriously right now. Because that is, actually they put that tag on a couple of these now. So, I am going to go ahead and take my cam off, because I want to sit there and keep up the possibility Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm hoping you can make sense. You see this little light green area right here? That is the front. That's the dividing line between that's where the winds. Remember on windy? Let me see if I can bring this back over here. Show you guys. So right here, you see where we have northwest winds and south winds, right where they are meeting, is right down by Golden City and Stockton. Okay? And that right there, you get a little bit of churning in the atmosphere. And that is what we need to watch for. That's why they put that tornado possible tag on that thunderstorm. So we really need to be watching from Golden City right along, say, Lockwood. You guys notice so remember, the greens, the cool colors go toward radar, and then the red colors, the warm colors, they go away from radar. So whenever you see them mixing up, like right down here, you see how the red and the green come right in together like that? That means there's some rotation right there. So that's why they put that tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning. And it's really just going to be along that front. You can actually see the front right here. From Warsaw down just southeast of Osceola, see where it's green? Those are winds blowing toward Springfield. And the red, those are the northwest winds. And then the red color blowing away from the radar, blowing away from Springfield, those are the south winds. So you can see exactly where that front is by looking at velocity radar. So anywhere along this front, it has the potential to actually work in some of those churning winds and produce a possible short-lived weak tornado. And that's why they put that tornado possible tag. Hi, Nikki. Let me look for you, hon. Okay, so you are underneath a severe thunderstorm warning right now in Fayetteville, in Arkansas. Okay, So looks like there are some strong winds in your vicinity. Looks like probably the worst of it is probably just to your north of Fayetteville. But you are under, for the next 24 minutes, a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible. But again, I think the worst is probably just to your north. So I think you guys are going to be just fine, Nikki. And thanks for joining the stream, too. All right, we're going to go back up here again. And really what we're looking for is anything from Stockton down to Golden City, right along that cold front, that wind shift line. That's what we're kind of watching for. These little areas of rotation along the leading edge of that line. So that's what I'm kind of paying close attention to right now. I hope I answered your question, Nikki. If you have anything more specific, please feel free to jump out there and chat. Let me know. I'll be happy to take another look. But again, I think some strong straight line winds. You can prepare yourself for up to 60 miles per hour. But I think the worst of the wind and the possibility of a little hail is just to your north. And it is moving away from you as well. All right, so kind of a recap. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Vernon, southern St. Clair, and of course El Dorado Springs, Stockton, Stockton Lake. It does have a tornado possible tag associated with this. And the main reason is because, as you can see right here, that light green line, that is the front. That is the cold front. And that is interacting with this line of thunderstorms. That's where we got winds coming from two different directions. And we need to pay close attention to the possibility of a brief spin-up tornado along the leading edge of the line from about Stockton down to Golden City, right in this area. This is where I'm kind of focusing on right here, because we do have both colors of wind. We've got winds going away and toward radar that are kind of close together, and that's what I'm keeping a very close eye on right now. So of course that is where I am now. I've also got another program that I have up right now, guys. Another software package for Subby's Weather Talk. I will show that to you real quick. It's a little bit more high tech, but it does show me the rotational tracks where we see that wind shear. And I always keep this up on one of my other streams, one of my other screens. And both with velocity radar, this rotational track radar, as well as regular radar, to keep a really close eye on this area for that potential of a brief spin up. Wilburton, Oklahoma. Let's take a look here real quick for you. No, you are behind the front there in Wilburton. So, Pete Miller, you're in good shape right now, bud. You don't have to worry about any more severe weather
Auto, LLC,
in Wilburton.
out of Independence. The owner name is Auburn Steiner. It shows expiration of 20.
Hey, Lucky, man, you're up early. It's 3 o'clock. Oh, Emily, thank you. Thank you for those kind words. Very touching. Thank you. So, real briefly, let's take a look here at the northern storms. And again, garden variety thunderstorms for those of us in Bates, Henry, Cass County, over to Johnson County. We're going to get some of these generalized thunderstorms. I'm not expecting these to be severe. If Vernon County, St. Clair County, Benton County, we are watching this area. And again, there's a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Vernon, southern St. Clair, and of course Stockton, Stockton Lake, El Dorado Springs. And there is a tornado possible tag associated with this. So we're keeping a very close eye on this. I've got several screens going right now that I'm kind of concentrating, just making sure that we're not going to see any kind of spin up along the leading edge of this, of this line here.
6 Frank King, 8 Charles M, 1 1, 6 6 6 6. Copy.
South of Jericho, southwest of Jericho Springs. So there is quite a bit of rotation right here. It's very broad right now. Yeah, Charlie. So you can actually see that front. You see, it's really hard to see, but you see this little column of cumulus clouds right here. That is the front. And if you're behind that over here, where you at, Larry City? Yeah. So you're behind that front. So you're starting to see those winds coming from the northwest. We have winds coming up from the south. So right along this line is where I'm really watching for the potential to see some rotational thunderstorms that could provide a focus for a very short-lived tornado. So that's really going to be straight down right now. Stockton, Humansville, likely Hermitage. We'll be watching that closely. So we do have some rotation down here because we have those winds coming from different directions. So, very simply put, which is pretty cool, is right here is the radar site in Springfield. So the greens are going toward the radar. That means right here near Lockwood, Golden City, winds are coming from the northwest. Now the reds are going away from the radar. That means they're coming from the southeast. So you know exactly where that rotation is. Up here close to Warsaw, greens toward the radar, toward Springfield. Reds away from Springfield. So you know that wind shift line is right along the leading edge, taking it down through Wablo, Collins, Stockton, and all the way down. So that's the reason why we're keeping a very close eye on this. 49, 49, 48, 49 in Peculiar. Woo! And keep in mind, too, that we're going to have lows tomorrow night. Well, tonight. Oh, it's already Sunday. Tonight we're going to have lows in the 30s. So if you guys been following my page, you know what? Based on the LRC, I had mentioned that if we were going to get another snow, it's likely going to be that last week of March. That's what we've been talking about now for the last month and a half based on the LRC. And we're just not going to get cold enough to see any snow tomorrow. But and I think that was really about our last chance to see any snow this season. But remember, the different little influences of the LRC was that Arctic oscillation. This is the same storm system that brought us snow on January 5th and 6th. This is the same storm system 41 days later brought us that Valentine's Day snow. And then 41 days later, we have this severe threat that would have been a likely winter storm if we were back in winter month when we were colder. So the Arctic oscillation stayed positive, meaning that it stayed warmer. And then, of course, once we go 41 days from today, we're going to be well into spring, and we're not going to have to worry about any more snow. So pretty incredible how the LRC, we were talking about this storm day after Thanksgiving in November. Tonight's storm. It's just incredible, the LRC is. So anyway, I'll get off that bandwagon. All right, so what we're going to be looking for, we're going to still be looking along this leading edge of this line here. Again, looking for these little areas of rotation like this that has the red and the green together. That could be associated with some stronger straight line winds. And again, if we see any stronger, signs of rotation in these areas, then we need to be thinking about the potential of a very brief spin up tornado, because we're right on that wind shift line right now. Almost 10 months, Emily. 10 months with the LRC. So the LRC sets up on October 6th. That's the first day of the first cycle. And then we have to watch the upper air patterns. And when they repeat, we count the number of days in between before it cycles again. This year is 41 days. So from once we figure out how long that cycle is, and it changes every year, then we can go all the way till next October 6th, and every 41 days the cycle is going to repeat itself. So we knew that on the 15th day of each cycle, we were going to have a strong storm system right here in west central Missouri. One of them was on January 5th that we got snow. 41 days later was the February 13th snow. And then the next one was going to be the end of March system. That's today. And we have another big storm system. And we can do that all the way out about 10 months. And we remain about 87% accuracy with the LRC. It's just amazing. I could talk about that all night long. And I have a calendar that I started on Thanksgiving 41 days. Actually, at that time, I kind of figured about 42 days was the cycle. And I planned out the forecast when all of our big storm systems was going to be all the way through next September. And we can also tell when the hurricanes are going to be. Gary Lezak, I got invited to a sit down with Gary Lezak, Kylie Dion, well, she's married now, from KSHB. Go to Subby's Weather Talk group page, and if you scroll down a few, you will see our sit-down Zoom meeting that we had on Friday. That I got invited to sit down, and we all discussed the LRC. So it really is incredible. It's something our kids and grandkids are going to be using for years to come. No doubt on that at all. No morels from what I've seen or heard of right now, Charlie, but they are finding red mushrooms here in Henry County. So all right, so we still have about another 38 minutes left for this severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Vernon, southern St. Clair County, El Dorado Springs, Jericho Springs, Stockton Lake. Yeah, Jordan, you can barely make it out right now. Unfortunately, it's not strong enough yet to not quite strong enough yet to be able to receive the warnings and watches. I am watching this little area here just southwest of Stockton. It does show a little bit more finite circulation. We're going to have to wait for an update on this and see if it strengthens any. That's really, and that's right on that cold front, that wind shift line. This is going to be coming up on the west side of Stockton. We'll have to wait and see what the next update on radar shows, see if that strengthens any at all. I am also showing some rotational tracks just southwest of Stockton as well. Heavy rain and 45. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it seems like it takes forever for an update. But yeah, definitely see the possibility of even a little spin up here just southwest of Stockton, right along the front. We are showing a relatively small area of rotation. So I would probably, if you know somebody down there in that Stockton area, I would definitely, it would be worth a call just to let them know they've got a strong storm that's going to be glancing the west side of Stockton here in the next couple minutes. And like I said, these are so hard to issue warnings with, mainly because they're very short-lived. It's very well likely on the next update it's gone. But during this 2 minutes in between the updates, it's right along the front, small area of rotation. Very well could be just a very brief spin-up tornado right here on the southwest side of Stockton. So we're getting ready to get our updates now. Looks like it's already past Stockton. These are moving at a pretty good clip. Here comes the update. We'll see what happens. It'll probably be moved up here. So we still have a little bit of rotation on the north side of Stockton, but this is more broad than what it was on that last update. I'll be interested to see if there's any damage reported here around the Stockton area. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the hail's going to be done for us. I don't think, Davis, we might get some pea-sized hail, but for the most part, we are continually to cool down here in Henry County. So, the chances of any hail pretty slim for us right now. All right, let's see where that front is still. So that cold front is draped right through there. So it's east of Camp, east of Warsaw. That's where that front is. So along that front is where you stand a chance to see a possible spin up. So Wablo, Collins, there is a potential they may include you into a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag. Only because you're right along that front, there is that small potential of a spin up weak tornado along that front. Shiba dog clapping his hands. Greg, thank you, buddy. Also, big long-time supporter. Man, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Greg. Awful kind of you. Temperature dropping in Osceola. Yeah, that front had just moved through Osceola. So there's the front right along that leading edge of cumulus. So really kind of watching out for the Stockton area, Collins, Humansville, Wablo. You guys are going to be the ones we're going to be kind of watching. And again, for that possibility of seeing a brief spin up, since you guys are right along that line. Absolutely, Greg. I'm going to be sleeping good. there on Subby's Weather Talk on our group page. There's some really good pictures there. Lonnie Knox, he takes great photography, and he also takes some drone photography, and he has a couple of really good pictures up there looking west from Adrian with the drone. So definitely encourage you guys to check out some of his pictures. Hey, Angie. Well, what we are looking for right now, we have that cold front did go ahead and go through our area. You notice it is considerably cooler outside where you're at right now. The current cold front right now is draped from just east of Cold Camp, east of Warsaw, down through Humansville, Collins. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning out for southern St. Clair County, parts of Stockton Lake, El Dorado Springs, with a tornado possible tag. And the reason why they do that is because it's right along that front. So we have a wind shift, and we're watching for any potential to see a little spin up tornado along the leading edge. But if you're behind that line, in which you're up here in Windsor, we're just going to be picking up some garden variety thunderstorms. They're going to be kind of loud. There's quite a bit of lightning with it. But the severe weather threat is basically over for Henry, Bates, Cass, Johnson, Pettis. But we're just going to be getting some much needed rainfall and some lightning and thunder. That's about it. Yeah, we got a lot more people in the live stream now. When I first came back on, we only had about 15 people, and then it got up to 30 or 40. And I mentioned as soon as people start hearing that thunder, they're going to jump up out of bed and jump the live stream. There's my lightning detector going off. It's hearing some lightning and thunder now. Guys, give me just a sec. I'm gonna go ahead and let my dog out of the kennel. He gets a little bit upset when it's lightning and thundering. And let him out so that he can cuddle up here for a minute, get him calmed down. I'll be right back. You come up here. All right, so we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. It's okay. Just lightning. Just lightning. Yeah, you good dog. You're okay. All right, get down. I got to talk. Okay, so we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag, as we were talking about. This is going to be for the eastern side of St. Clair County, southern Benton County, and of course that's going to be right along this cold front. And we're going to be watching for that potential to see a brief spin-up tornado along the leading edge of that cold front. The reason why, I showed this a little earlier. Right here, you see how we have south winds coming up? And over here we have northwest winds coming down. So right here, right along that area, we start to see a rotation of wind, and that could help lead to a brief spin up tornado along the leading edge of that cold front. That's the reason why they throw that tornado possible tag on there. It's highly unlikely, but they kind of want to protect their butts too, because this can happen very, very quickly. They might last for a minute or two, maybe 90-mile-an-hour winds, and then it's gone. So they do put that. I always tell people, if you're under a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag, I go ahead and tell them to take their tornado precautions. And the reason is because at any point in time along this line, there could be a very brief tornado. It might last for less than a minute. It could come down, touch the ground, go back up to the clouds again. There are very, very small circulations on the leading edge of this. So go ahead, take your tornado precautions just for protection. And this will be in and out of here pretty quick. And then you can rest assured the rest of the night and morning that the severe weather threat will be gone in your area. But, oh, I will, Angie. I'll get some sleep. Okay, so my area of focus right now is going to be right down here, Humansville, Collins, Wablo area. And that's where we see the two different directions of winds. You've got now we are basing this out of the Springfield, Missouri radar site. So we have the greens, which is going to be winds toward the radar, and the reds are going to be winds going away from radar. So where we see those two different directions of wind meet, we get a little bit of spin in the atmosphere. And that's where we're going to be looking along that cold front, which is draped right through here. And of course, that's right down through here. That's right through Hermitage, Humansville, Collins, all in that area. So that's why I'm paying kind of close attention to this area right down here for that potential. Hi, baby boy. Hi, baby boy. So I got a full-blooded border collie, and call him my lightning detector because he hears thunder from so far away. If he barks, I know he's hearing thunder. So kind of like my own storm dog. Hey, anytime, Davis. Man, it's probably going to be a lot easier for you once school is out. And when school is out, you come down and spend a half a day with me down at the station. We can learn a little bit more about weather and heck, even get you on the air with me. We can get on the radio. I'd love to have that. May 20th. All right. Well, maybe I get with your Paul and maybe have one of them drop you off for a few hours or something. I'd love to have that. We'll go through radar a little bit more, and that'd be a good time. So this area over here, El Dorado Springs, Stockton, this in here, you guys are pretty much out of the severe thunderstorm warning. I think the severe threat is pretty much over for you guys. Pretty much kind of taken over here in eastern St. Clair County, southern Benton County. Excuse me again. Humansville, right here at Collins. South of Collins, but right in there. So I'm watching this little area between Collins and Wablo. I believe that's 54, if I'm not mistaken. Watching this little area right here. And again down here right around Humansville. This whole area right here, it's all rotating. It's very broad. But I also have another software program that I use to determine rotational tracks. And I do have a little one here that is just northwest of Humansville. So kind of keeping a close eye. And again, northwest, that's right in this area right here. We really don't have a threat, Jordan. Just some regular garden variety thunderstorms. Probably lightning is going to be our biggest threat. We escaped a lot of the heaviest weather, thank goodness, here in Henry County. This cell is really hightailing it. North-northeast at 69 miles per hour. So, eastern St. Clair County right now is under a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. So, if you live in Osceola, Collins, Wablo, around Atro Bartle Scout Reservation, there is a potential, because you are right along a cold front, possibly seeing a brief spin-up tornado. So I am looking at this area right here now, just south side of Wablo. We kind of see a little bit of an inflow. And we're also seeing a little bit of rotation right there. So I'm kind of keeping a close eye on that right there. But I think for the most part, this is just good old-fashioned thunderstorm right now for St. Clair. It's got 28 minutes left, but I am watching that sell down by Wablo, but it's really kind of looking like just a general thunderstorm. So, but I will keep an eye on that sell down there at Wablo, but there's a good chance they might cancel this severe thunderstorm warning maybe a little bit early because it's still showing 28 minutes left. But, and again, I wouldn't be surprised if they cancel that. Hi, Ashley. In Lebanon. Well, you are sitting at 66 degrees, and you are on the warm side of the front. So probably here within the hour, you should start getting into some showers and thunderstorms. Now, one thing that we had before you did was a little bit earlier in the evening, we had a low-level jet, and we also had, that helps kind of spin the atmosphere a little bit. A low-level jet is created once the sun goes down. The upper atmosphere cools really quick, but yet the surface is still warm because we got up to almost 80 degrees today. So that difference in temperature creates a pressure change that creates wind at the surface, and it's going in opposite direction of the wind above us. So you get that rotational winds that changes in height. So we had that earlier tonight in west central Missouri. Plus the temperature was about 8 degrees warmer than what you are right now. So not expecting a whole lot in Lebanon. Might get a strong storm or two, but for the most part, it's probably just going to be just garden variety thunderstorms for you. Now tomorrow afternoon, you will have yet another chance to see severe thunderstorms. So please keep up on updates through local radio, local TV stations for tomorrow. Elizabeth, you fell asleep in your recliner. You fell asleep on Subby. What are you doing? That'd be me. You bet, Ashley. You got your cat outside. Davis, bring that cat inside. You don't want to be out there in the rain. How would you like to be stuck out there in the rain? Maybe I'll have your dad throw you out there in a thunderstorm. So let's take a look at this big picture here, guys. So again, this was what we was kind of expecting. Just a big cluster of thunderstorms. Now, we were kind of, some of the data was suggesting a possible bow echo. We did have a bow echo that went through southern Vernon County all the way down to Joplin. They had some 70, almost 80 mile an hour winds with that bow echo down there. So, but it has pretty much congealed into just a big what they call a mesoscale convective system, an MCS, which is just a big cluster of rain and thunderstorms. And I think probably here before too long, they're liable going to go ahead and cancel this here in St. Clair County. I'm not really seeing a whole lot right now with this cell. If they cancel this particular severe thunderstorm warning, I think we're going to be done for the night, guys. We're still going to get rain. We're still going to get a few lightning strikes. But for the most part, we are going to be done for the night, thank goodness. Hey, you wear the Subby's Weather Talk shirt, Jordan. That'd be awesome. Put your dad out there. Your dad always wants to let him outside. That's funny. I'll tell Brady next thunderstorm he has to go outside. Thanks, Jordan. Hey, remember to kind of I'll have more information later on in April, but next month we're going to be doing kind of a fun contest. I'm going to have my wallet full of gift cards, and if I see anybody wearing any of the Subby swag in public, I'm going to come up and introduce myself, and I'm going to ask you a weather question, and if you answer correctly, you're going to win a gift card. So I thought that'd be kind of a fun thing for us to do. And actually, just remember, too, there in Lebanon, you are under the severe thunderstorm watch till 7 o'clock this morning. So even though the threat of severe weather is really low, just keep in mind that you are under a severe thunderstorm watch. So, you still want to have an app on your phone that could wake you up in case of a warning. Storm Shield and American Red Cross app called Emergency are the top two apps that you can get for your phone. They have a loud alert that will wake you up in the middle of the night. So just stay weather aware. Even though the threat for severe weather is very low, you still are under that watch till 7 o'clock. All right, so we still have Devin, the eastern side of St. Clair County is still under a severe thunderstorm warning, but the cold front is now past Osceola. It's really pretty much past right here. So out here, Larry City, Osceola, Appleton City, you guys are all in the clear. Just garden variety thunderstorms. I would still give it a few minutes if you live east of that line, like around Iconium, H. Robartle, Wablo, Collins. You might want to give it about another 15 minutes and you're good to go. Hi, James. So you're still under a severe thunderstorm warning for Warsaw right now. It does have a tornado possible tag. It has 19 minutes left. I'm not seeing really any threats right now on radar for Warsaw. You're gonna get some heavy rain. You're gonna get some lightning, but actually, right now, I think this is about ready to fizzle out. To be honest with you, and just turn into just a garden variety thunderstorm. I've got another program that I keep up on another screen. It tracks rotation tracks. Any kind of spin in the atmosphere, it tracks that on this particular app. And I'll show you what that looks like. So, not seeing much of anything anymore. So just a little bit of rotation associated with maybe some small hail in between Wablo and Quincy. But really, besides that, that is all we've got out there right now. So just good old-fashioned thunderstorms. You ought to be in good shape in Warsaw. Hey, no problem, Devin. You bet, James. Wow. Been live streaming now for in 6 minutes. It's going to be 7 hours. Wow. 7 hours live streaming. This has been a long, drawn-out storm system. So let's bring it to one screen here. Let's kind of take a look at what we're dealing with here. So we still have a severe thunderstorm warning out for parts of west central Missouri, out into southwest Missouri. I think most of west central Missouri now is pretty much in the clear. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Benton County. Not seeing anything suggesting, I'm not seeing any clues of strong straight line winds or large hail. Not seeing much of the way of any kind of rotation with this. So just some lightning, thunder, heavy rain. And for everybody else, just a garden variety thunderstorms. We're going to see a little bit of lightning, some moderate rain that we could use. Temperatures really falling back at 48 in Lee Summit, 45 in Olathe, 46 in Kansas City, 50 in Harrisonville. We are sitting at 54.5 here in Clinton with the west-southwest wind right now at about 8 to 17 miles per hour. Okay, so they took St. Clair County out of that severe thunderstorm warning, kind of what we were kind of expecting. They canceled that. We still have an ongoing one for southern Benton County. The polygon does include Warsaw, Climax Springs, Cross Timbers, Wheatland, Hermitage. But, and again, I'm not seeing anything suggesting anything strong with this cell right now. So, we will continue to watch this for the next few minutes until we got 15 minutes left of this warning. And then once they allow this to expire, I will likely go ahead and end the stream at that time. Lucky, man, thank you for that super sticker. Lucky, also him and Janet, awesome people. They support Subby's Weather Talk. I appreciate them very, very much. Thanks for your support, Lucky. Come on, we'll get up here. Yeah, I'd say it's getting it's getting loud out there now. Hey, thanks, Brian. Thanks for the kind word. And I'm not seeing anything on velocity radar, anything that stands out. And again, just lightning, thunder, some moderate rainfall. Not showing much of the way of any signs of hail. Yeah, no hail associated with it, just some moderate rainfall. So it's definitely weakening right now. What do you think, buddy? You're probably tired too, aren't you? You've been up as long as I have. So those down here in southeast Missouri, again tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see yet another round of severe thunderstorms down here in southeast Missouri. Likely going to be some sort of severe outbreak down here in the boot hill of Missouri, parts of northeast Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois. We're likely to see a few strong tornadoes in this area tomorrow. Nader boys and 417 chasers, they are going to be out and about in southeast Missouri tomorrow. They're going to be doing some live footage out that direction. I may be going live on my YouTube channel and share some of their information, some of their stream. We'll take a look at radar. It'll likely just be on my YouTube channel since it's not going to be affecting west central Missouri. But always kind of fun to kind of sit back and watch them go to work, see if they can capture any cool cloud formations, some good storm structure as they chase after some storms in southeast Missouri. Yeah, you ain't kidding. I hope. We're taking a look at my in-house model. So, of course, it's we're gonna be chilly tomorrow. Chance of rain off and on. About 53, 54 degrees. 35 for the high tomorrow, or I'm sorry, for the low temperature tomorrow night. So it's going to be cold when you head off to work Monday morning. Only 55 Monday, but then it's going to warm back up, and we're going to be back up into the mid upper 70s until that next storm system comes in Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's our next chance to see severe weather. Is coming in Tuesday night into Wednesday next week. So hopefully they'll have the weather radios fixed, and we'll be back on. On both legs with the weather radio back up and going again. Hopefully it'll be a little quicker storm system than this one. I don't know if I can pull another 7.5 hour live stream or not. I'm getting too old for that. So still quite a bit of lightning in and around the area, guys. Of course, my lightning detector is telling you too. So still some lightning in and around the area, moderate rainfall. I do think that the majority, most of all the severe weather is pretty much done for all of west central Missouri. We still have the severe thunderstorm warning out for Warsaw, Truman Lake, over to Climax Springs, Cross Timbers. But I'm still seeing signs this continues to kind of weaken a little bit. So there's really not much of a threat right here, right now. We have 9 minutes left on that warning as well. Nope. Oh, my eyes are going nuts here. What is that, Marcia? I'm sorry if I'm trying to read your name. It's really, really small, but any severe threat in Cass County area is what you ask, and actually the severe threat is over for Cass County. So you can head back, put the head back on a pillow, and get a good rest of the night's sleep. But yeah, the severe weather is over for Cass, Johnson, Jackson, Lafayette, Bates, Henry, and Vernon, St. Clair. The only thing that we have left, and for Pettis as well, the only thing we have left is this severe thunderstorm warning for southern Benton County. It's going to go on here for about another 7 minutes. They will likely see that expire because I'm not seeing anything threatening with this. Just some good old-fashioned thunderstorm. Memphis, Tennessee. Let's take a look. You guys are going to be under the gun tomorrow is what you guys are going to be under. So Memphis, tomorrow, you guys are going to be in the enhanced risk for seeing severe thunderstorms. So likely going to be numerous severe storms, possibility of some strong tornadoes in this orange area. So southeast Missouri, the eastern half of Arkansas, western half of Tennessee, Kentucky, and southern Indiana and Illinois are going to be kind of under the gun as that cold front continues to push off to the east. So that's likely going to happen starting like probably sometime around noon today into the afternoon.
Go ahead. Myself, 56 and 11 unseen.
So not overly impressive night of severe weather. We really wasn't expecting a lot of severe weather. However, we did have some damage that was done up around the Warrensburg, Holden area. We also had 80-mile-an-hour winds down in Joplin that had some power outages in that area. So we did have a few severe storms here in west central Missouri, but for the most part, I was very glad it kind of behaved itself tonight.
Are we aware if hospital staff has been made aware yet that Benton County bringing in a deputy fire subject? Either advice.
So National Weather Service did mention that these storms here over Truman Lake, of course, what we just kind of talked about, they are weakening. They are going to go ahead and allow this to expire in 5 minutes, and they do not foresee any other severe thunderstorm warning downstream. So that pretty much sums up the severe threat for last night and into this morning. And as soon as this severe thunderstorm warning is allowed to expire, I do believe I am going to end the live stream. We've been on for right at 7.5 hours tonight. So, and again, you know, the main reason we're doing this, we had this extended time. The weather radios are not working throughout West Central Missouri. We're not sure when they are going to be up and running again. I've been in constant communication with the National Weather Service today. They're having a telecom issue. They have 5 out of their 6 analog transmitters down. So they're pretty frustrated as well. But want to make sure we get all this information out to you guys. Make sure everybody has a way to be able to get these warnings and watches tonight. I think we got pretty lucky. We didn't have a whole lot of severe weather here in West Central Missouri, so that's a great thing. Our next chance for severe weather looks to be next Tuesday and Wednesday here in West Central Missouri. It looks like it's not going to be a huge risk, but we're going to be keeping a close eye on it tomorrow morning. Monday morning at Baumgard Weather Center, I'll be going over that severe threat on 95.3 KDKD, and we will be doing a video discussing some of our threats that we can expect on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's going to be a similar setup than what we had today, so it's not going to be an overly impressive storm system. But we are going to have that threat to see some severe weather in and around West Central Missouri. Hey, Karen. Absolutely. Yeah, Chaz, I'm starting to wear down just a little bit. I'm ready to get a little shut-eye, I think, once this warning gets done. It does look like they have just canceled it a couple minutes early. We will see that disappear here off of our radar screen just now. So that's going to do it for me tonight, guys. Hopefully everybody's anxiety stayed down, and we got through yet another severe weather event here in West Central Missouri. Thank you guys so much for your support. Received several super stickers tonight from a lot of the followers. Thank you guys so much. You help keep the channel up and going and running, and I appreciate it very, very much. So we'll be talking to you guys tomorrow morning, and again tomorrow afternoon. Nader Boys, or today, this afternoon, we're going to have Nader Boys 417 chasers down in southeast Missouri chasing some severe weather that is likely going to happen down there in near the Boot Hill. So I will likely be going live on YouTube later on this afternoon into the evening, kind of showcase of some of what they do out there chasing storms. So I invite you to the YouTube channel. That will be the only social media platform I'll be streaming on, as we were not going to have any severe weather likely here in West Central Missouri tomorrow afternoon. Just some rain showers, cool weather into the low 60s for tomorrow's high. So it's going to be a little chilly of a day, but hey, I'm okay with that. So, all right, just taking a look at chat here real quick. Thank you guys for all the kind words, and we're going to go ahead and end this tonight. And again, everybody stay weather aware. I'll give you guys an update on weather radios as soon as I get more information from the National Weather Service. Take care, guys. Thanks for joining the stream.